There is the lovely Liz Cross. Oh, Liz, you look awesome in black. You really do. Just kidding. Liz Cross cannot show her face because she has been a part of many high profile cases, and we don't want to put her life in danger, so her identity must stay hush hush. Liz Cross has an awesome YouTube channel where she does a lot of mind probes, where she probes the higher self of people, free of their ego and stuff. I don't know if you want to say anything before we start. We're going to channel Gabby Petito. And by the way, Liz Cross's information is going to be in the description box and on the screen here. But Liz Cross, do you want to say anything before we start channeling Gabby?
Yeah, thanks. Of course. Thank you for having me back. This is great. I'm so happy to be here today. So thank you.
I am so happy to. Made my day. So
Oh,
it was,
well, Erik is here.
oh, hi, Eric. I forgot to say I love you. I already did that this morning. So don't get after
He
me.
loves you.
I love you.
And he's like cutting up with Gabby over here.
Really? What are they
Yeah.
all doing?
I don't know if this is something that he used to do, but he used to, where you take the knuckle and you like rub it on the top of somebody's head and
Oh
you tease
yeah.
them a little
He,
bit.
he he'd do that and everything. He would any kind of jokester type move he would do for sure. Lately he's been
Yeah.
hiding everybody's stuff. He's hiding Nicole Schwartz's at one of the medium's bras, the new crystals that she bought. I mean, he's hidden my stapler, which is a reference to the movie Office where Milton goes, "Does anybody see my stapler?" So that was that joke. Ugh. But
Oh my goodness.
anyway,
Well, please don't hide anything of mine.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to give everybody a little backstory. If you don't know, if you've been living under a rock, in August 2021, gosh, that long ago, 20-year-old American woman and traveling vlogger Gabrielle Petito was killed by her fiance Brian Christopher Laundrie while they were traveling together on a van life journey through the United States. The trip was planned to last for 4 months. It began July 2nd, 2021, but Petito disappeared August 27th. Here's some questions. Hi, Gabby, and thank you for joining us. I hope it's okay that we ask you a few questions.
Yes. Oh, she's happy to be here. She wants to say to her mother that she's very sorry. She feels as if she let her mother down. She wasn't telling her mother the truth about what was going on. She was trying to sugarcoat it. And obviously, now her mother is racking her brains like, why would you do that? And so, if Gabby's mom is listening, that message was for you.
Well, another message for your mother is involved in this question. How are you doing, sweetheart? Are you happy, doing well?
Are you happy? She's fine where she is. She's happy to be where she is now. I think what she's telling me, it was an adjustment,
Yeah. Did you
but
suffer?
it was all meant to be.
Yeah. We'll probably get into that soul contract question, but um, another thing your mother might want to hear is, did you suffer in your death or not?
Did you suffer in your death? Only for a brief moment while he was strangling her.
Okay. And then you got out of your body pretty quickly, I hope.
Did you leave her? Yes, yes, she did.
Good. That's what a mother needs to know, I think. All right, down to the community member questions. They always ask such great questions.
Mhm.
The first one, Gabby, have you evolved since your transition? Do you still relate to that incarnation?
Mm. Do you
Oh,
still relate to that? I mean, she says yes. She does still relate to that incarnation because she's waiting for her loved ones to come and join her.
mm.
She speaks to her mother on a daily basis. Like, I feel she was very close to her mother.
Oh,
Um, and she does miss her family so much. So she's waiting until they come up and they pick, what they're going to be next.
okay. Now, what does she look like right now? What is she wearing, Liz? Can you describe her physical looks and maybe her energy? That's not one of the
She
questions. So good at that.
Yeah, she looks great. I mean, she looks that pretty blonde and the pretty how she was. She's wearing yellow. And I think that's to radiate like how positive she is. She feels like a very positive person. She says she always was, even on the earth plane, very positive. Always tried to see the good side in people. She's wearing shorts, and she's got to wear a big smile on her face.
Oh,
She enjoys being with your son.
oh yeah. I bet you guys are just heaven is never going to be the same by the time our loved ones cross over there, huh? So what? How long have you known Eric? Have lived with
Right.
Eric? I mean, time on the earth on is difficult to measure, but you guys just met, or
No, since the first time. I'm not sure what that means. What do you mean by the first time? Did you do Gabby Petito before?
yes?
Ah, that's when they met.
Oh, okay. That's a long time ago. Wow. Okay, so how do you feel, Gabby, about Brian being on the other side? And have you guys met, spoken with each other?
Hmm. You feel about women being on the other
Or was it
side.
awkward?
She doesn't like him.
Yeah.
I mean, what she's saying to me is he duped her into that contract with him. Her soul is very innocent. Her soul is very vulnerable, sort
And
of naive. And
angelic.
I'm not meaning that in an insulting way. I
Yeah.
feel just, souls get into these predicaments with other souls, and the outcome was for his benefit. But then I'm saying you just said the outcomes for his benefit, but he also exited the earth plane. Yes, he wanted a reason to leave the earth plane. Okay. So apparently, Brian's lifetimes are usually very dark. He comes across as a very dark soul, even as he's standing here. He's here now.
So opposite.
And he needed a reason to, end his life here on the earth plane. And he's entered into this contract so that he could do so. Can I ask a question? I have a question. I'm sorry,
You
since
can
he's
always
standing
ask.
here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because there was something about his mother saying, I'll hide the body, I'll do this, I'll do that. Did your mom actually know that you had killed Gabby? She had guessed, he says she had guessed that he killed Gabby. He didn't come out and say it, but she knew. And was she willing to do that? Yes, she was. Wow.
Did she? Or
Did
was it
she have anything
unnecessary?
to do with the body of Gabby? No.
Okay, it was unnecessary. He just died like in a swamp or something, right?
Oh, did you die in the swamp? Yes, but it was self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted, correct. Wow. What was Brian's experience after his death? I guess we're going to interview him a little bit too.
What was your experience after your death? He was happy to leave. He's one of those souls that does not want to be here on the earth plane. That is coming through so strong to me. He
Wow.
does not like it being here. He is forced to participate uh on the earth plane. They kick him out after so long. Like, you've got to go down there. You got to,
I mean, you don't
reincarnate.
have to, but they urged him enough that he felt he needed to.
Did they urge you? And yes, they urged him enough to feel, he had to come back down.
Right.
And he's like, how am I going to get out of this? He doesn't want to be here on the earth plane. So he made this contract with sweet little Gabby Petito.
Yeah. She's almost got an angelic quality about her.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. Okay.
She's
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, she radiates like,
Yeah. She's like,
he's on one side of my room, she's on the other, and he's like standing with like a dark shadow surrounding him, and she just radiates almost like sunlight.
was he afflicted or by negative entities around him that
Mm.
caused his behavior to be so dark?
Were you afflicted by negative entities? No, but he definitely had a mental illness.
Yeah. I was wondering, they traveled in all these Native American lands that have a lot of
Mhm.
history of bloodshed, ceremonial sacrifices. They have, ancient burial grounds, etc. Did traveling through these areas increase the chances of Brian doing what he eventually did to Gabby?
Ooh, did traveling in those areas increase the
Bad
chances?
mojo places sometimes in some places.
Hmm. No, he was always very dark, but do you
Okay.
think it made you even darker, like going through maybe some taboo areas or where there had been a lot of bloodshed? I mean, he says yes. He says there
Okay.
was definitely dark, you could feel like lower vibrational energy in some areas, but he had always planned to kill her.
Oh, wow. Even before the trip?
Even before the trip. No, but once they got on the road pretty early on, it was, he didn't want her to leave him.
Oh, oh,
And as soon as there was talk about we're not getting along here, he was never
oh,
going to allow her to leave. Is that why you did what you did on the night? Yes.
yeah.
She was breaking up with him.
Oh, that was not a good move, Gabby. What did you not like about Brian that made you think, well, that made you talk about leaving him, which ultimately led to your demise?
Why did you want to break up? What was it you didn't like about him? Everything. He was controlling, he was verbally abusive to her, and he was physically abusive. He raped her a couple of times, she's saying, forced himself upon her. After he had upset her, it was very much like forcefully done, like grabbing the back. Anyway, I don't want to upset her mother.
Okay, let's not. Let's not.
But anyway, she was terrified of him. I have another question. So
Sure.
the night that, or the day that they came across the cops, and that
Oh, yes.
video,
Yes, yes, yes.
and they said she was the aggressor, even though the initial phone call that came
Her, right?
in was from a member of the public that said they saw Brian slapping her. And then
Oh,
when the cops stopped them, she said that she slapped him.
why did
And
you do
so,
that,
what
Gabby?
did you actually slap him? No, he was hitting her, she says. So why did you do that? I just didn't want to get into any trouble, she says. I didn't want him to be arrested. That was going to make things worse. So she was protecting him in some way.
Why would you protect him if you're going to break up with him?
Why would you protect him? Well, she wasn't going to break up with him at that point.
Oh, I see. I see.
Why would you protect him at that point? Because she didn't really know what to do.
Yeah.
Um, it's a shame.
Did you love him
Did you love her?
at
With
one
all
point?
her heart.
Really?
Mhm.
Even throughout the trip, even though you were going to leave him, you still loved him?
It, did you love him even though you were going to leave him? She felt she was being forced to leave him. Why? Because he was so dangerous. He was
Yeah.
exhibiting very dangerous behavior. Had he choked you, he was starting to choke her frequently, and she had to leave. It was to save her life.
Yeah. What did you love about him, though?
What did you love about him, though? Well, in the beginning, he seemed kind and caring, and it was like, I'm going to have a future with someone.
Yeah.
I think she's saying, I was more in love with the fantasy, she wanted to be on YouTube, she's saying, or she wanted to be vlogging, and that he was willing to do that at
Yeah.
first. And he
Okay.
was the only one willing to take this trip with her.
Okay. Is that a reason to love somebody? Well,
Was that a reason to love? Well, yes, yes. I mean, I don't know how old she was, but she feels very young.
22 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, she did really love him, though.
So tell me about the soul contract between you and Brian. And have you been working on resolving your problems while you're on the other side?
The soul contract with Brian. Well, she says, I feel like I was duped into it. I
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
really fully aware of the circumstances, that everything would be to my detriment, and that he basically was using her as a catalyst to leave. She never
yeah,
wants to enter into another contract with him ever again. And
no,
she's trying to figure, because now he owes her so much karmic debt.
yeah,
She still doesn't want to be in this
yeah,
contract. Normally you have to stay in these contracts until the karmic debt is resolved,
right,
but she's speaking to the advisors up there. She's speaking, saying, I forgive him. I just don't want anything to do with him.
yeah. Well, let's hope that you don't have to or not urged to come back with him. So tell us about your life review, Gabby. Can you describe it a little bit? Anybody in particular help you through it?
During your life review, there was some sort of grandfather or great grandfather there. And her life review was really good.
Okay.
She wasn't ever intentionally horrible to anyone.
Yeah, that's good.
She
I can
always
imagine.
proceeded with goodness. I mean, that's what gets you through that life review. It's how you make others feel.
Yeah.
And on the whole, she made everyone feel really good about themselves.
So it must have been a very positive experience then. So what about Brian? Have you had your life review?
Yes.
And
And how was that? It was traumatic for him.
yeah, I can imagine.
And he's trying to find a way to break this soul contract with
Yeah.
his mother. He
Oh,
doesn't want to be associated with her anymore.
why?
She always tends to lead him down some dark path.
Oh,
Very controlling is what he's saying, and the dad is quite abusive.
so are these parents why one reason why you've become so dark, Brian?
In this lifetime, yes.
Okay. Now, why did Brian's parents, your parents, not tell Gabby's parents what happened?
Yeah, parents and because they didn't know what to say. They didn't want to involve or admit any
Yeah.
guilt. They had no idea what to do. Do you think that they knew now in hindsight? Did they know that you were quite capable of? No, no, they did not
Wow.
know that he was capable of actually harming another person.
Hmm. Since you transitioned, Gabby, before Brian, after you transitioned, did you know he was going to follow soon after into the afterlife, right after you transitioned?
Did you know he was going to follow him? Yes, yes, she did. And were you there to greet him? No, absolutely not. She was not there to greet him on the other side.
Wow.
In fact, he tried to initiate communication with her
It's like,
and she walked away.
okay.
Mm.
Wow. So I'm wondering if you were really in love with Brian, or were you just trying to rescue him because he was such a troubled soul? That's a different kind of love.
Mm. Were you just trying to rescue him? I mean, mostly, but it was like an adventure together, you know? He told her everything that she wanted to hear, and she never badmouthed anyone. I feel she says somebody told her, a friend had told her not to go on this trip with him, that the friend believed that he was dangerous or he was capable of being dangerous. But again, she just said, "No, I'm gonna go. He's not like that." She was making excuses for her abuser.
Yeah.
Did he physically abuse you before you left on the
Yeah.
trip? Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
All right. You said in the first interview that we did with you that there were, oh, we talked about this, negative evil entities that were, with you and around that area, right? And contributed to your actions. So we said yes. If he had traveled to a different location than the one where you died, do you think Brian still would have put his hands on you and taken your life or not?
Absolutely. He was uncontrolled. He gets into these uncontrollable fits of rage,
Okay.
and there's nothing you can do. I mean, she's just tiny as could be as I'm
Oh,
looking at her.
it's that little frail angel. All right. Did Brian kill you because he caught you talking to your ex or because you were planning on breaking up with him? In other words, would you like to share what triggered Brian into being aggressive towards you and ultimately kill you?
Did he catch you talking to your ex? I mean, he knew that she had been commit. Was that what it was? I mean, yes, that was the leading factor.
Mhm.
He questioned her, but she was already, so she had said she was going to break up with him, and then he caught her talking to her
Yeah.
ex-boyfriend. And it wasn't that she wanted to get back with her ex-boyfriend. She was wanting someone to come rescue her.
Oh,
But I'm saying, why didn't you call your dad? No,
yeah.
no, she's saying no. My dad would have killed him. I'm saying, but
Good.
why didn't you let your dad know what was going on? Because surely if anybody's going to rescue you, it's going to
Your
be your
daddy,
parent,
yeah, right.
your dad. And no, she did not. What
Why did
about
you
even
tell-
like your stepdad? No.
What about your mom?
Hmm.
Why did you tell your mom?
Uh,
Do you
why
think
didn't
that
you tell your
kind of caused the
mom?
dad to, she would tell the dad and dad would kill Brian?
Because the whole family would be in uproar.
Yeah, okay. Well, good. But unfortunately, that's not how it came to pass. Now, were you scared when you left your body? And who met you first?
No, she was not scared when she left her body. No, she wasn't.
Mhm.
She welcomed that because she's saying to me she was no longer subjected to attacks. Did he move your body? Yes, he did. He did move the body.
How long did it take to find your body? I can't remember that. Did they search for a long time or
How long did it take?
was it?
It took several weeks,
Oh,
apparently.
wow. Oh, God. How are
Did he hide? Did he hide it? Like, did he put it in a very, yes, he did. Did he actually kill you in the van? Yes, he killed her in the van.
Oh, wow. That way the public couldn't see. How are Brian's parents coping with the life they're now living? In other words, are they remorseful for this, the way they treated Gabby's parents? And do they think it was okay to be dishonest and inhumane? I don't really know that whole dynamic.
Are they remorseful? Very remorseful. Do they ever speak to Petita? No, no, because legally they just don't know what to say.
Yeah, I got, of
Um, how do they feel about losing their son as well? They're devastated.
course.
What about like were there any other family members? Yes, there was another family member, and how do they feel? Devastated. They can't believe that this happened, but they're also questioning themselves. They knew he had psychiatric problems, and they're wondering why they never got him the help that he needed.
So he was a bit of a troubled child, a troubled child. And how was he as
Very
a child, I
troubled.
guess? How was he? Like, did he kill small animals for sport or, I mean,
Mm,
weird stuff like that? What kind of behaviors did he exhibit that could have been an indicator?
what kind of behaviors did you exhibit? Very dark thoughts, fantasies. He often fantasized about killing someone, what it would be like, a dead body.
How
Um,
did they know that? Did he draw pictures or did he verbalize this?
how did they? Pictures.
Hmm.
I feel like he played or he wrote a song or something,
Oh, okay.
is what he's telling me. But they were aware, and it used to scare his parents.
Yeah, well, it should.
But then they put it down to a phase he might have been going through, maybe like a goth phase, or
Oh, yeah, I got you.
they didn't know how to deal with it properly. But his dad is very violent.
Ooh. So hindsight is 2020. Gabby, how many human lives have you had and what level of ascension are you at? I keep getting angelic energy from you, but it could be just a young spirit type energy.
How many human lifetimes have we had? She's had about 250. What ascension? She's quite low down on the ascension
Okay.
level. She's at a 2. But honestly, she is one of those souls that just wants to do good and see the
Yeah.
good in everybody,
Yeah.
wants to rescue animals. I feel like she's was very into animals, very earthy, like very much into the environment.
Well, that's not going
She
to get
just
you.
feels like one of those people.
Yeah. That's not going to get you evolving very much if you don't deal with some of the dark stuff, you know?
That's one thing that she struggles with
Yeah.
big time is she cannot face darkness. She cannot hit darkness head on and work her way through the problem. She's always trying to run away or cover it over
Yeah.
is what she's saying. Now that is something she really has to learn and but it's scary to her as a soul.
Yeah, of
She's
course.
very frightened of it.
But you're not going to ascend rapidly if you just do the easy lives, because this was nothing like an easy life. So maybe this helped you ascend this lifetime?
Did this lifetime help? It's helping her understand that she does have to face darkness and she
Okay.
can't just keep making excuses for
Mm.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
Let's be
somebody's having
brave.
a hard time or
Yeah.
a bad day.
Mm.
It has to go much deeper than that. I mean, but bless her heart. I mean, she was so young as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like she lived a very in a life of a very like nice bubble of people.
Yeah.
She
Just a
had
sweet
not been
life.
exposed to this before. So it's hard to react to something when you've never been exposed to that level
Yeah,
of
I can imagine.
darkness.
Yeah. Um, did you guys have an other past life, or actually a future life even, because they're all happening at once together, you and Brian?
Did you and Brian have a past life together? No, surprisingly, no. This was their first lifetime together. But he really tries to hook on to people or to souls, um, because he's got to resolve all of this darkness within him. Did you hook on to Gabby or is it because she radiates so much light that you
Yeah.
thought all you needed to do was to latch on to
Great
someone?
question.
Yes, you see, there you go. Yes, yes, that's what he believed. Oh, all I need to do is like hook up to somebody who's so light and that will resolve all my issues. No,
Mhm.
that didn't work.
No, it didn't. And we already answered this question. Will you both reincarnate together in the future? And I think that's a big fat no, right?
She hopes not. She
Okay.
hopes
So, Gabby, what life did you have in the past that most influenced your life as Gabby Petito?
do you have in them? So she had a past life where she had many children, like how many children? Like 11 children,
Wow.
a few stillbirths. I feel it was it in the UK? Was it in Europe? I feel it's a European lifetime. It's a few hundred years ago.
Okay.
And what made you become Gabby Petito? Well,
Yeah.
she wanted more adventure. All of those children, even though she loved them very, very much, she wanted to have more self-exploration in this lifetime as Gabby Petito. And she wanted to find herself and do a lot of soul searching.
You can't do that when you're taking care of 11 kids. So
No,
it's more
no.
difficult. Let's put it that way. You can't go on little explorations and yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Does the spiritual life feel more real than physical reality, Gabby? And do
This
you
is
miss being
spiritual.
in the physical?
Do you miss being? Yes, she misses her mother very, very much.
Oh, yeah.
She misses being in the physical just from the point of view where she can get a hug from her
Yeah.
loved
I
ones.
relate to that. Yes. Yeah.
Do you prefer the spiritual life? No, she actually prefers the physical life. She liked her life. It wasn't that she disliked her life. She
No.
loved her life.
Well, what seems more real to you, the spiritual or the
The
physical?
the physical seems more real.
Okay. But you know that the spiritual realm is really the real home, right?
Yes, yes, she is aware of that.
So what do you do on the other side,
What do
Gabby?
you do? Side. She plays piano. Like, you do? She likes music and she likes frequencies and vibration, and
Interesting.
she just likes to learn a lot. I mean, she is trying to pick out her new adventures. Are
Okay.
you going to have an adventurous lifetime in the next life? She would like to. She would like to, she's contemplating like climbing mountains, being a hiker. Um,
But you want to
she
wait until
wants
your loved ones cross over to be with you? Is that what you
to
said? I can't remember.
your loved ones. Yeah, I mean, she's thinking of plans, yes, but obviously everybody has to agree on
Yeah.
what happens. But she really likes to go into like animal rescue. Yes, she's into animals big time. Animal rescue, nature, hiking,
But Abby,
vegetation.
those are lives that are not going to really be great catalysts for ascension. Is it? Is it not?
Hmm. Are those lifetimes going to be a catalyst for ascension? Not really. So she has to contract some dark moments in the lifetime,
Yeah, right.
and hopefully she'll be able to get through this in the next lifetime and be able to survive and, run away and escape. Are you going to do the whole domestic violence thing again? She might have to, she
Yeah.
says.
Yeah. So what lessons do you need to learn that, being in a sweet bubble in life doesn't allow you to learn? Is it forgiveness? Is it humility? I mean, what's the lessons that you most need to learn in the ensuing lifetimes?
It's really about gaining strength, she says, and facing the dark
Facing the
and being
dark.
able to take on the dark and win.
Yeah. You can be a warrior, a warrioress. Okay, do you, Gabby or Brian, do you have any final messages, not only to our viewers, but to your families? And that's the last question.
Do
It's a
you
big
have
one.
any final messages? Brian, do you have any final messages? Well, he obviously just wants to let his family know he's okay. He's always around in their home a lot, and he blows smoke in his mother's face. So if she smells smoke
Okay.
just out of the blue, that's him. And what about you, Gabby? Oh, she just loves her mother so much. She really does. She really, I mean, that has been consistent throughout the whole interview, how much she loves her
Yeah.
mother.
Yeah.
And she is looking out for her mother. Do you have anything for people that may be in a domestic situation at the
Good.
moment? Yes, she says, please leave, please, if you can, and don't cover up for the abuse. Because that's what she did. She
Yeah.
was
A lot
covering
of
up,
women do.
covering up.
A lot of women and even men who are abused. A lot of them do. So, Brian, Eric, what kind of life does Brian need in order to get out of this cycle of attaching to souls to, try to fight his darkness? What does he need to
Mm.
construct a life for him?
What sort of life does he need? Well, he needs a life, Eric is saying that he needs a life that has good and bad experiences. And maybe even where he has miracles thrown into the lifetime, that there is a way out. There is, um, he tends to have these very psychiatric lifetimes,
Yeah.
and he can't seem to find a way out of those psychiatric issues. So maybe Eric's saying that he doesn't need to keep continuing on these psychiatric issues, coming down here with major mental health
Yeah.
issues, and that he should come down here with a mixture of light and dark, rescues, miracle moments,
Miracle moments to make him
accomplishment.
realize that there's something greater,
Mm.
someone greater. Is that it?
Yeah, and accomplishments. He
Yeah.
really didn't accomplish anything.
No.
He always felt like a failure,
So he needs
but
accomplishments. Yeah.
he is, to be fair, Eric says he was very talented. He had a lot of hidden talents.
Okay.
Um, but he just didn't know how to use the good things about himself in a positive way.
So you need another soul that will bring those out, bring your little miracles out in your life, I think. So, Eric, maybe you can come to the spiritual contract table and help guide the contract to help him live a life that is going to be more suitable to his ascension.
Oh, Eric said he would happily help
Okay. And help
do
Gabby
that
too.
for
Yeah.
someone.
And help
Mm.
Gabby also because she also can't continue to have these sweet little lives that, well, this one she was killed, but Oh, by the way, do you jam with her since she likes music so much, Eric?
He does.
I knew it.
He
I
does
knew
jam
it.
with her. Yeah.
That's
Eric
awesome.
likes to sing. Was he a sing? Did he
Yeah,
enjoy
he had a
singing?
good voice, but he mostly liked playing the guitar and piano.
Mm.
It was
They're
really cool.
friends. They're great friends. They get along
Oh,
so well.
that's awesome. She's a sweetie. All right, well, that's it. Is there any more Liz, do you want to ask anything else? Eric, do you want any to say anything? Gabby, Brian, the mic is y'all's. Y'all.
Eric just wants to say thank you, and he wants to say that he loves you, and he wants to give his greetings to the audience. And thank you, Elisa, for having me on. Again, I do have my own YouTube channel, Psychic Liz Cross. Very controversial stuff going on
Love
over
it.
there.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna get hooked and binge watch the mind probes. So y'all be sure you donate to Paula's documentary about channeling Eric. Please, it's channelingericdoc.com. It's in the description box. Don't forget. And we would love for you to hit the subscribe button. Please do that. And the like button helps the algorithms. And I don't know what that means, but I'm told it's supposed to be important. All right, I love you all. Bye. Bye, Liz. I love you.
Bye. I love you all. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.